Gentlemen, this fentanyl import coming in from China is about to get worse. As Trump escalates his trade war with China, China becomes more defiant. And now they have put out a statement, and this is Reuters, August 22nd, 2019. Chinese state media says fentanyl abuse is entirely US responsibility. So they are not going to do a thing. They haven't done nothing anyway. There have been many occasions when America has asked China to help stop all of the fentanyl flowing in. They never did. They never did. And now that this trade war is in full swing, they ain't going to do nothing. They're going to let that stuff flow in here, and they're going to do just what you see right now. They're not going to take 1 ounce of the responsibility for all of these people dropping dead from the fentanyl. And this is not the first time China has come out and put all of the responsibility for fentanyl on the US. They said this, and I did a video on this back in 2018, and they pretty much said the same thing, that drug abuse in the US, that is your problem. They know that stuff is coming out from China, but they are still telling the US, this is your issue. We don't have to do nothing. This is your issue. Chinese state media on Friday hit back at claims by US officials that China was failing to crack down on the flow of fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances into the US, saying that responsibility for opioid abuse lay with users. So they're saying, don't blame us for the fentanyl, blame your users for it. The United States was pushing responsibility for fentanyl abuse to China and ignoring that Beijing had implemented strict controls on the highly addictive synthetic opioid, reported the People Daily paper published by the ruling Communist Party. US officials say China is the main source of illicit fentanyl and fentanyl related substances that are trafficked into the United States, much of it through international mail. Beijing denies that most of the illicit fentanyl entering the United States originates in China. So China's even denying that that shit originated on their land. Mm-mm-mm. Some people in the United States need to understand the source of the illness lies within one's body, the newspaper said in an article which bore the pen name Zhang Xing, usually used to express its views on foreign policy. You can't be rushed to see the doctor, and you can't just scold others once you're ill, it said, adding that the United States had not done enough to fight the epidemic of opioid abuse. The US Treasury on Wednesday imposed sanctions on 3 Chinese men accused of illegally trafficking fentanyl. Trump accused Beijing of reneging on pledges to stem the flow of the drug into the United States. China ain't ever going to make that promise to you. Promise, let me tell you something. I remember on other issues, China would go back on what they promised the US. They've been doing this forever. And see, it drives them crazy because China don't do nothing the US say. They don't. I remember times when the US wanted them to extradite some of their criminals to the US so they could be punished here. China ain't sending now one of their citizens over here to go through courts in the US. Every time the US demand that, oh, well, we want these drug lords over there in China, China ain't send now one of them over here. And they said they're not going to. They're not going to turn none of their citizens over to the US to be punished. And go look in the history. They never did. And the US have requested several Chinese people to be brought to justice over here, and China has said no every single time. They never cooperate with the US. As soon as Trump tried to make the claim that China was going to work with the US in curbing the fentanyl, I knew that was bullshit. I knew China wasn't going to do a thing. And ladies and gentlemen, you can't tell me these Chinese people living right here in the US are not involved in some of that trafficking going on. But see, these agencies prefer to focus on us, BIE, instead of focusing on China, who's really killing your citizens with that fentanyl. But no, that's not important to you. BIE is important. You know what? You deserve to fall. You deserve to continue to fall to these drugs, just like you are doing now. And the fact that China has come out with something like this, that fentanyl is going to flow up in here even more. You just watch. You just watch. You know, the problem is you never had your priorities straight. And you never will. We already know your history just says it all right there. You are never, ever going to get your priorities straight. So you see what's happening here, right? They are falling like flies to these drugs. And fentanyl is damn near mixed in every damn thing. And they don't care about that. They care about BIE, y'all. That's what they care about. So as you keep looking at us talking about BIE, you keep dropping like flies. And as far as I'm concerned, with that kind of attitude, you get what you get. But China has made itself clear. Drug abuse in America is your problem, not theirs. And they're even denying that fentanyl is even coming from China. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.